Here are my further recommendations. Number one, let local government areas and states, respectively, fund sports. And if they don't, so be it. The responsibility of sports development, from what I explained, rests with the state governments and local governments, not the federal government. Number two, strengthen the National Sports Commission. I actually think it's disappeared. The era when we had some semblance of success in sports administration in Nigeria was when the Nigerian Sports Commission or National Sports Commission functioned effectively. So we need to go back to setting up the National Sports Commission, strengthen it, and encourage each state to replicate this accordingly. Three, the federal government, through the National Sports Commission, can give sports development subventions to states that show seriousness in certain identified sports and upon meeting the prescribed criteria that is laid out for them. Now, the next point is interesting. We need to scrap the Federal Ministry of Sports. I believe sincerely we need to scrap that ministry. It's needless. And if we choose not to scrap it, like I know Mr. President is not prone to taking advice. If you don't scrap it, reduce its involvement in direct oversight of sports administration. The direct oversight of sports administration belongs to the National Sports, Commission. So reduce the workload or the responsibility of the Federal Minister of Sports to purely policy development and not administration. For instance, I don't just say this out of the cuff or out of my head. America does not have a designated Ministry of Sports. China does not have a designated Ministry of Sports. And yet, this last Olympics, and for several Olympics, they've been the top two, countries leading in sports. So number five now, do not send, please, this is an appeal, do not send any athlete to the Los Angeles Olympics who has not won or attained podium status at any of the elite international meets prior to 2028. I beg of you. Seriously though, going to LA in 2028 will just be another waste, in my candid opinion. Not even 2032. We're not even ripe going to 2032 in Brisbane, Australia, because it will also yield nothing. Rather, what should we do? We should start now to nurture and prepare for 2036, that's 12 years away, by adopting and implementing some of the suggestions highlighted in this presentation. But I know the federal government will not heed, this, counsel. Why do I say that? The president is prone to not taking advice. He does whatever he wants to do. The president is keen on building Lagos-Calabar Road, is keen on building Sokoto to London Road and all of that, So anyway, we'll repeat this jamboree in 2028. I hope we don't, but I know we will. After all, in any case, the corruption mafias at all the MDAs, they must meet their corruption quota. The 9 billion spent at Paris Olympics, how many of it was actually spent, for sports? How many? How much of that money, the 9 billion, was spent, for the purpose for which it was released? By the way,